Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening. It depends on what time you're watching this, but regardless, my name is Sleeping Up, and in today's video, we're going to do a book review about The Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is my first time doing informative content, and many of my viewers have requested this, so please be kind to me, please bear with me, and I hope that this goes well and I can continue on doing this stuff because it helps me internalize the contents that I have read in the book, and also can help you if you are interested. You can assess on whether you might want to purchase this book. Before we go into the contents of this book, let's first analyze the title, which is Atomic Habits. It is composed of two words, and if we go by definition, atomic is the very small things, like very small, like tiny, and habits is our routine that we do regularly. So if we combine those two things, two definition, we come up with the very tiny routines that we do regularly. And upon finishing this book, it made me realize that the small things matter, because if you consistently do something, even though it is small, it can snowball into something that will help you improve in any aspects of your life. So yeah, my biggest takeaway: small things matter. Consistency is key. The book also emphasizes on systems rather than goals, because goals hinders you from achieving more. Systems are promoted rather than goals. Because if you think about it, for example, my goal is to become an engineer, a civil engineer. So what will happen if I have reached that goal? I'll be bounded through that goal, and there's nothing left for me to do. So yeah, I'll just set another goal, and it will leave me unsatisfied at the end. Systems are more important because they don't limit you. Instead of I want to become an engineer in the future, I have changed that into I want to be a successful person. I don't know, financially or something else, but I want to be successful at something, and being an engineer is one part of it. And after finishing this book, it made me realize that I won't focus on goals anymore, where they limit me, and I'll just focus on systems na lang. The book has 4 laws, and let's talk about the first law, which is law number 1: make it obvious. One thing you can do is write up your own routine of what you do in a day. Basically, what you do after.
What you gonna do with a big partner?
What are the things you do in a day? And you can label it a habit: positive, negative, or neutral. After doing that, you can now see what are the negative habits that you do every day, and make it obvious. By doing that, you now know that this habit is bad, this habit is good. Therefore, instinctively, you'll do good habits more, if that makes sense. And the law number 1, it falls: environment is better than motivation. Because motivation is limited, just like goals. Because what will you do if you lose motivation? And that's a problem that I see myself having. We are limited to motivation, that we only do certain stuff, productive stuff, when we are motivated. To combat that, let us now focus in the environment. For example, it's better to surround yourself with good people, do good stuff that are normal to them. Environment matters. You can grow in a bad environment, and therefore focus on having a good environment. Surround yourself with good people, because you imitate what you see in your environment. If you surround yourself with good people, then you yourself become good too. Also, in law number 1, it talks about providing yourself with cues. For example, if you want to drink more, then you can set aside in your table a bottle of water. So it makes drinking more water more accessible and more easy. If you want to jog in the morning after you have woken up, then prepare your workout attire before you sleep. And that will give you the cue that when you wake up, that will cue your brain into thinking that, oh, those are my workout attire. So that will help your brain to process that I have to jog right now. The resources are available, so that will make it easier for you to do. If I said that let's make the good habits visible, and in contrast, let's make the bad habits invisible. An example of this that I do, if I want to do something productive, especially when I'm reviewing for an exam, I tend to lose focus at times. So what I will do is turn off my phone and put it into a drawer that I can access, so that forces myself to study, because I don't have any distractions anymore. So yeah, make the bad habits invisible and make the good habits visible. Law number 2 is make it attractive. In this part of the book, in the law number 2 and making it attractive, is it teaches about dopamine and how it works. It teaches about the cues and the rewards. It talks about understanding dopamine, understanding craving. Because for example, we see food. Our dopamine spikes when we see food, and it is more pleasurable because the thought of eating that food has a higher spike of dopamine rather than eating the food. Our cell phone rings of a notification that someone has messaged that. It spikes our dopamine, and we are eager to know who it is that has messaged us. So that sets up a cue, and our reward is knowing who messaged. Law number 2 talks about clear understanding of the dopamine and craving. Another aspect of making a habit attractive is giving yourself a reward system. For example, after a huge workout, if I have done a huge workout, I will let myself eat huge amounts of food because I have done something good. I don't know if that's really a good reward system, but because now I limit myself for about a food intake, and after working out I allow myself to eat certain foods that I don't really eat. So that's my reward. It's up to you on what reward you will give, but yeah, that's my reward system. It's weird. Again, join groups that good habits are the norm. I noticed this. I am slowly doing this now that I'm in college. I like to surround myself with classmates that are productive and that are eager to learn, and it really prompts me to be a good student as well. Surround yourself again with good people. That's one of the important part, because if you're surrounded by good people, you will become good too. If you surround yourself with wise people, you'll be wise too. Let's move on to law number 3 is make it easy. Reduce effort and friction and make habit convenient. A good example is this. Every morning when I drink coffee or any beverage, while I'm doing that, what I did is I read this book. Associate a habit, a good habit, and in doing that, I reduce friction and making it more convenient. Sometimes I am bored to even read books, then I listen to audiobooks because you don't really make the effort and you just listen about the book or someone is reading it to you now. One aspect of law number 3 and making it easy is reducing friction and making good habits easier. Another rule that must fall into place in law number 3 is the 2-minute rule. And the 2-minute rule basically says that if you are unmotivated to do something, then at least do it for 2 minutes. Bad days are going to happen, but yeah, consistency is key. It's better to do something for a short while than not doing it at all. Comes place in a 2-minute rule. And when I implement this in my habits myself, I found myself doing the habit more than 2 minutes. It tricks your brain that you're going to only do the task 2 minutes, but yeah, and if you feel like it, then you can do it more, which is better. Okay, let's continue on to law number 4 is make it satisfying. As I said in law number 2, rewards are good. We must reward ourselves for the good habits that we do and punish those bad habits that we do. So I said, an example is that after a workout, I let myself eat more. And a punishment that I've done to a bad habit is whenever I fail an exam, especially in my majors, for I am engineering student, is after I knew that I have failed an exam, I would jog or go out and would do a workout as a punishment. As you can see, I'm fit now. I used to be fat, but now I'm fit because of all the running I have done after failing so many exams in my majors. Yeah. Reward good habits and punish the bad habits. Learn to appreciate the good things you have done. I'm very proud that I have finished this book. Therefore, I feel as though I can identify myself as a reader now. Appreciate the good things you do and don't focus on the bad. Focus on the positivity and all that stuff. Last thing that I saw important in law number 4 is tracking the habits. What I do is I do a journal of the good things I have done in a day and the bad things I have done in that day also. Makes it clear on what things that I need to continue to do and what are the things that I have to stop the next day. So yeah, track the habits. Another big takeaway from this book is that bad days will come. Bad days are there. So many mishaps, including all these things that are happening in the world right now, it is important that we be consistent in our routine and actually show up and not breaking up the chain. Consistency is key. So my biggest takeaway is in this book again is the small things matter. The goal is being 1% better at anything. Consistency is key. All those things are pretty common sense, but yeah, this book really helped me realize those things even more. I would really recommend this book to you guys. If I'm going to rate it, then I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10 for it is a quick read. It's only 260 but it's jam-packed with information about productivity and all that stuff. I would really recommend this to every person that wants to be more productive, and this deserves a spot in every bookshelf of every reader, or if you're not a reader, because it really helps you. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend to anyone. After reading this book, it really prompted me to do this book review. I want everyone to buy this book. I bought this book for only 200 pesos in Lazada, and you can even get it cheaper than that if you have vouchers and free shipping and all that stuff. So yeah, this is a must-read book in my opinion, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then smash like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, then I want to know your opinions about this video and what I can do better in my next book review. Comments are greatly appreciated. Likes are greatly appreciated. Help me reach 1K subscribers, and that is my goal for 2022. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye everyone. This is Sleepy Nappy, locking out.